Wow, it has been so long since I have done this. This is going to be interesting. Wow. Hey guys, this is your girl Dom. It has been too long since I've been on here. My life has done so many different flips and trips and turns. So I'm gonna tell you guys about all the things that has been going on in my life recently. There has been lots and lots of changes. We have a new addition to the family as well. So we're super excited to I'm just really excited to talk to you guys. Like I really did miss you guys along this path of the past. I don't remember when I stopped recording. Well, I don't remember when I stopped posting, but it had to be probably like 3-4 months or so, give or take, or something like that. I think my last one, I don't know, I'm lying. I think the last one was in March. No, it was 3 months because we didn't do it now. But anyway, there's so much that has been going on. I did have to stop posting because of, it was just a lot all at one time. And I had to do what was best for me mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And it was the best decision to make then. But also, I will say this, but also in the process of taking a break from posting, I did do some recording, okay? So I did do lots of recording. Some of the footage, they got lost in the way. I apologize, but we do have some things I want to just dive in. So I think I'm gonna do like a different concept this time. So I will do a makeup because I do have an updated makeup routine. It's not like a huge updated routine, but it is like a step or two a little bit different. So I wanted to go into that. Plus I do have some place to go. So I was like, it doesn't hurt to throw some makeup on and talk to you guys. Probably like my favorite thing to do now is actually start going back into doing my makeup all over again. Because at one point I was wearing no makeup. I just called myself going nowhere. We were doing nothing. So I started to get back into doing my makeup. It's fun again to me. I found my passion for it all over again. Like there's so much that I want to talk to you guys about. So I just want to shut up talking. I just want to jump into this video. Oh, this is what I'm saying. So I will have some scenes of the footage that I did take before, and I'll probably do like a split screen, or I'll do a voiceover. I'll be talking while I'm showing you whatever it is that I'm talking about. I will explain it better. You will see what your girl is doing. I just really explained it really bad. But yeah, so I just want to jump into this video, and I think I could take my scarf off now because I had this thing on for a minute. I don't know. Should I keep it on? Should I take it off? Because we're rocking a little ponytail. I think no, I'll keep it off. I take it off. So where did I leave off? Well, before I even jump into that, I do want to go in and take off my Noxema. Y'all should remember I always do that before I actually do my makeup so that my face stay fresh. So it don't dry out, or if I do too much movement, it don't get really oily too quickly or anything like that. That's why I like to do this first after I cleanse my face. So did y'all ever do that thing where y'all do your makeup first and then get into the shower? I did it one time and I loved it, but I feel like if I do it again, I would do it again. If I feel like I'm in a rush or something like that, or someone's in the shower and I could just hurry and do my makeup really quickly, I'll do that. I don't know what made me think of that just now. So then I already put my toner on before and I should never have done that, but it's okay. So I'm going in with my Nivea Creme. As always, my oldie but goodie. Nothing has been better than this for my skin. Sidebar skin routine that I have been doing, guys, that when I say that has my skin glowing, is I've been juicing a lot and my skin has gotten super clear. Like, look at the glow. Do you see this? Like, it has gotten super clear once I started doing a lots of juicing. I juice beets. I love beets. Beets and papaya has been my favorite juicing to juice. I just love it. Like, I just really do. This is my SPF cream and I have to put this on. I am actually going out, so I do want to put this on before I leave. My face, I had to do like a really big repair on my face, and I'll get back to the juicing in a second. But I had to do like a huge repair on my face because I went to one of Josh's track meets and I didn't have like the umbrella or the tent, and that sun ate me up. Like, it ate me up so bad that I started peeling, and I don't ever peel whenever I get like a suntan, but I got like sunburn. Like, that was my first time. And my forehead, it's so much better now. You can't really tell, but right here, because I had a wig on too, and it was like really light here, but then all around was so tan. It looked like I had like the worst makeup application ever. Oh my goodness, it was the worst. So I like to let that sit on for like a few seconds before I start applying other product, because you don't want to mix everything. Oh, I forgot to put my face mist on, but it's okay. So where did so that's what I was talking about, my juicing. So the juicing has been, I would mix my beets, and what do I mix with my beets? I definitely mix carrots, ginger, lime. Sometimes I'll mix mango. The beets itself, you don't really have to do much. I love the taste of beets. So if you don't like the taste and you want it to make it a little bit sweeter, then by all means do what makes it to be sweet for you. But it's fine just as it is for me. Like, I could just juice the beets and I'll be okay, because it is one of the highest in iron. So because of being iron deficient, if my iron is low, I immediately am fatigued. I will get headaches. I'll be cranky, moody, attitude, and I'll have zero energy. I mean, zero energy, and every day feels like it's a fight. This is one of my new updated things that I like to do, is I like to go in with some foundation first, and this foundation is by Lecoeurco. And we will get into that a little bit as well. So I just put a little bit on the top because this is, you know, it's really darker than me. So I don't need that much. So this is something new that I've just recently, you know, tried to do. And the only reason why I did this is because I ran out of contour. And so I tried this first and I was like, ooh, I actually did like it. So I like to put this on before I put on my foundation, because it could go really, really dark too quickly. So it's just more work for me to blend in. So I like to put this on before my foundation, so that way I can go as messy as I want, heavy as I want, and then I could just go over it with some foundation, and then the concealer come on after that, which helps me blend it out a little bit more. So I like to do this on my nose as well to help shape my nose. This is like a shaping step that I do to help ensure that I'm getting the look I'm going for, you know, because today is definitely more of a focus on my highline contour. I'm not really trying to go heavy with like eyeshadow today. Like, I'm really not. I was just trying to enhance my beauty a little something something. So yeah, so then the other juicing that I like to do is I like to juice with where's my brush? This brush is always the hardest brush for me to find. Here it is. It's always the hardest one for me to find. And I go in with a little bit of e.l.f. And I have to go makeup shopping. Like, I know I said that before months ago, but no, I have to like go makeup shopping big time. So I just got a lot of stuff from Walmart that I was short of because I wanted to go shopping, and I really wanted to record me going shopping for my makeup, but I'll do that another time. I like to put a little bit of, my nose is itching, good lord. I like to put a little bit of setting spray, and this is by e.l.f. and this is the Matte Magic, and it's really good though. Don't get it twisted. It's really, really good. So I like to go upward, and before I blend it all the way through, I like to make sure that every section, at least, you see how heavy that one is compared to that one? That's why I say I like to put this on first. So I like to make sure every section gets some of that setting spray before I blend it in all the way. Yeah, papaya would be my other juicing that I use, and I use a lot with papaya. I do like pineapples. What I did last time, I did pineapples, mangoes, lime, pears, green pears. Then I did I said pineapples already. It was something else I did. Ginger, that's what I did. I do ginger in all of them though. And I get the beauty blender and then I blend it in. But that's my little, you know, skin clear up routine. But I do want to get into different skincare products because I really want to get the full potential of what my face can potentially look like and how it can help the effect of the makeup. So, wow, I blended that in like it was my foundation. Like, stop playing. Okay, so let's jump into, you know, the updates and the things that I've been going through and what's been going on with me. And, you know, the last I left off was going through my wellness journey, and going through this wellness journey has been such a huge transition for me because it showed me so much about myself. It showed me so many things that I needed to fix within myself, the things I disliked about myself, and the things I also loved about myself. Going through this spiritual journey and actually putting forth the effort to doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a child of God and being as obedient as I possibly can be. It's one thing to say that I'm going in a spiritual journey, but it's another thing to actually surrender yourself and give God full permission to do whatever it is in his will to do for you in your life that he created for you. And it was one thing to say, yeah, I surrendered my life, but it's another thing to actually put in the work. And that was my problem. Like I said, I surrendered my life, but when the times came where it was for me to actually surrender myself, I didn't know how to bow down, how to stop and actually allow for God to be God. And it's not saying that he needs my permission. That's more so for me to know you need to decrease yourself and allow for God to increase himself in you. And once I started to allow God to be God, and once I started to allow God to do his work in my life changed. And I'm not going to sit here and say it was like a pretty change at first, because I would be lying. It was a real scary change, which led into me believing and knowing and feeling and experiencing how beautiful the change really was. And once I did that, oh, it felt so good. My lips just felt really, really dry. But once I did that, that's when my life did a complete change. I don't even want to say like 360. It just was like a real huge change for me. Like a wholeheartedly change for me. And within that change came, as you can see, this is not the same house that we was living in. We did move. And we had to move for numerous reasons, but the main one was it was no point of staying in that house any longer when we could just easily downsize. And I'm gonna put a little bit of setting spray on there. And oh, the foundation, this is the wrong foundation shade. Like I told you, I gotta go makeup shopping, okay? But this one is also by Lecoeurco, and this one is in Mocha. Even though I'm more of a caramel girl, but the Mocha, I could blend it in and make it work with concealer. And then the foundation, the contour that I used was amber. Sorry, I meant to say that before. I saw a little gnat over here. You just want to blend that in, and I'm avoiding putting the product under my eyes because I realize I do less creasing when I do that. I think I put too much foundation. I really don't want to put this much. But, so yeah, so we moved, and the reason why we moved, we had to downsize. It was just expensive for no reason. Plus we do want to build our own house, and when James come back home, that's when we'll get started. He did come home a few months ago to just be with the family for a little bit. We spent some time together. It was fun. It was so much fun, and just let me know how much I miss him. And he was like, trust me, I'm coming back home, don't worry about it. So he will be back, thank God. And then next, I'm going to put some translucent powder. I didn't put my translucent powder on before I did my foundation. Whoop. Normally that's what I'll do, but I'm going with my Wet n Wild, and I'm putting this on just a small amount. We downsized, and we came from a 5-bedroom to a 3. Now, I won't hold you, it has been a transition for me. I had to get used to it. I wasn't comfortable with it at first, but I long to get comfortable with it, and I long to appreciate it because it was my space. I prayed over my house before moving in. And I asked God to make sure that he remove any spirits, any negative energy, anything that's not like him, just to remove it and to not let anyone enter into my house that have anything that's not like him. Okay, I prayed. I touched every doorknob, every light switch, every room. I prayed over this house because your girl, we were not playing that. So yeah, so that's why, you know, we moved. It was just a necessary move that we had to make, and I'm very grateful for it, because it's like when I moved in something new along with this spiritual journey, it was like a representation of a fresh start, like a fresh start for this year for me. Just going through this whole spiritual journey, I took a week off. I know sometimes it's hard to really take a break from everything, to actually just cap out everything of what you're doing, but I had to take a week off and to reflect myself, to reflect on what I was feeling, what I was doing with my life, because I felt like I was literally going nowhere. I felt as though I wasn't happy with myself successfully. I wasn't happy with where I was going.
Can you hear me?
Who is this?
Call me that.
You over there playing with my phone. Stop playing with my phone. I feel like the girl from Dave Chappelle.
I don't like people playing on my phone.
Girl, don't even trip. You bigger than that.
No. I don't like people playing on my phone.
I don't like people playing on my phone. But I just felt like I was going nowhere, and I really had to take the time to actually breathe. It was a lot of the things, a lot of projects that I was working on was not coming through like I planned or like I thought that they would. So it was me getting over my self-doubt and stop comparing myself to other people's success, or, you know, just not comparing myself. And I had to take a moment to reflect on everything that I was doing, and I had to take that moment to pray. And I just had to really just take my time, because I'm seeing everybody else, their husband's home and they're doing things, and my husband's not there, and we're supposed to be planning this and planning that and doing so much. So I felt really, you know, really sad. Like over the holidays, I was completely sad over the holidays, like Christmas and New Year's. It was a real sad transition for me, and I allowed myself to really dig this deep hole of feeling sorry for myself. And I was like, no, I can't. I'm not going to do that no more. I don't want to be that person where I just feel a bunch of sorrow for myself because something's not working out. So I had to, like, seriously think about my life. I wanted to reflect on everything, and I had to think about how God has helped me all of these years, especially this past year. If I could just talk about the past year alone, it will blow everybody's mind. I was like, nah, he got me, you know, just trusting. And it was hard to want to do right when wrong was always at the door. It was always so hard to do right. It was like a fight, because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and it's not what God wanted for me to do. So spiritually, I was spiritually exhausted. I was mentally exhausted, and I feel like I was going to lose my mind one time. Like, I had to stop and take breaks and realize, you know, I am not a robot. I can't just keep going without taking a break. It really felt like I was working 24/7, stressing about this and stressing about that, and I just didn't get a chance to really take the time in. I wasn't being present in my moment. I was being real absent in my moment. I wasn't appreciating the peace that I was getting. I wasn't appreciating the joy that I have. I wasn't appreciating the space that I was in. I wasn't appreciating. I was just complaining. I was complaining because I was tired of things not working out my way. I was complaining because I was tired of being alone. I was complaining because I was tired that the business wasn't moving how I planned for it to move. The things that I had planned for it wasn't working. The way that I thought the things was going to work wasn't working. Nothing was working out for me. And I mean, when I say nothing was working out for me, nothing. And I remember one time I went to one of Josh's practices, and one of the moms there, she was like, she was telling me her side of her story, and I was just telling her a little bit of mine. And she said, honey, if everything ain't working out for you, everything that you put in for full energy, and she's saying you're really putting all of that energy in, maybe this is just your season to rest. Maybe you need to rest, before you start doing anything else. She said, because something big is about to come in your life, and if you don't have rest, you won't be able to really have the full potential to let it be what it needs to be, because you're going to be so mentally drained. You're going to be exhausted. You can't give it your all. So I took that word and I prayed about it, you know, and I asked God about it. Then I went to like my Bible scholar, my Bible mentor, my spiritual mentor, on earth mentor, and I got something in my eye. And I told my mom that, because I was trying to do so many different things. Like I was saying, maybe I should go back to school, or maybe I should do this job, or maybe I should do this, or maybe I should do, I was so lost because I just felt like I was supposed to be doing something. You ever get to that point in life when you feel like I'm supposed to be doing something? I gotta be doing something. It feels weird to legit not do anything. And then every time I came to an idea with my mom, she was like, I mean, if that's what you want to do, I don't see that working for you. And I'm like, Mom, you gotta pick something. She said, I can't pick it. It's not my life. So I was just getting desperate to do anything. So I prayed to God after the track mom told me, you know, to just rest. So I prayed to God about it, and I asked God, I said, I don't want to slow up your process. And I'm not saying that I have the power to slow you up. I just don't want to get in your way. I don't want for me to get in my own way as well. But I also want to be obedient to what you want to tell me. And I said, if this is what you want me to do, if resting is this moment right now for me, let me know in some way, in a way that you know that I will understand and know it's from you. And sometimes you really got to be careful what you ask God, because you just may get it. I was listening to a pastor's message, and the message stated, and I can't remember the full message, but what I remember was one message he was saying, you just need to rest, you need to sleep, you need to, I was like, nah, that was a coincidence. No, that's not. So then I listened to Sarah Jakes, TD Jakes' daughter. So she had a message out too. And she said, this is just your season to stop. Just don't do anything. Let God be. I was like, okay, that's a sign. So I said, I'm not going to argue no more. I'm not going to fight it. I'm just going to let it be. So that's what I did. I rested. I took my time that whole week. I legit did nothing of work. I didn't do any videos. The only thing that I probably have done was to like work out. And I did work out. I fixed up my house a little bit. Like I started to put together my my dining table set that I just recently bought. Then I started to work on my patio a little bit. I unboxed some gifts that my mom actually got me, like some dishes and stuff. Then I started to paint around my house. I started to paint like one of the mirrors that I had before. Like I just started to do things around the house, and then I watched TV. I watched movies. I did my favorite hobby, which is watching movies and TV, and I caught up on a lot of my shows, and I slept. And I'm so happy that I listened, because the next week, when I say opportunities just was moving, and it was just things coming in my favor that was coming to me, opportunities. Oh, we want to do this with you. I want to do that with you. I want to do this with you. I was like, okay, let's get it. Let's do what we got to do. So that's when everything just started moving. So that was my lesson on learning to listen to the Lord. That was my lesson on praying to him and waiting for his answer. And that's when everything started to shift. So every time after that, I was like, Lord, is this what you want for me to do? If it ain't what you want me to do, please alert me, let me know. You know, only you know how to alert me. So let it be known. And from there on, and I still got some more work to do in it, you know. I still got a lot more work to learning how to just let go and trust him 100%. And that's what I love about the spiritual journey growth. It's not a rush. It's not a game. It's not who can get there faster. It's none of that. It's a personal relationship. It's an intimacy moment between you and the Lord, and It was intriguing. It was hard. It was challenging. It was fun times. It was tears and lots and lots and lots of tears. And it was frustration, and it was like wanting to quit. It was so many different emotions that I've experienced on this spiritual journey that I appreciated all of the experiences, all the emotions that I've experienced. And then being alone. Before, I had, you know, my major friends to be there with me, but there was a moment where I physically wanted to be alone from everybody, except for my son, of course, because I have no choice. But there were so many times where I just wanted to be alone. I wanted to really fix myself inside and out. I wanted to really take the time to discover who is Dominique. Who am I? Whose am I? I wanted to build this bond with God because I felt like I was like spiritually, I was connected, but I wasn't connected. I feel like spiritually, I felt like I was on an elementary level of spirituality. The level of God that I knew was the level of God I know when I was younger. And I said, there gotta be more to you than this. There has to be more to you than this. And it is. I'm so thankful that I said that statement to the Lord, because I mean, it's scary to say, be careful what you ask for, because you just may get in. You're going to see him and experience him in a different light, in a different aspect, which is nothing wrong with it. It's just, you have to know going in, this is going to challenge me. And you have to realize, and you have to accept the challenge. I don't want to say you have to, but I'm going to speak for myself. I had to accept the challenge because I was thirsty for more. I wanted to know more. I wanted to understand what else about you that I don't know, because I can't get to understand myself if I don't even understand the person, one, that created me. If I can't understand who you are, how am I supposed to understand who I am? How am I supposed to know who I am? Once I got the chance to show God that he was my full priority, because at some point I stopped praying in the morning. I had to get back into that. I was feeling so sad for myself. I was building this pit that it was hard for me to dig out. The only person who had the capability of digging me out was the Lord, because no one else was able to help me. And I wanted to know, like, who am I? But how am I supposed to figure out who I am if I don't get to understand who the Lord is? And once you understand who he is, you'll understand who you are, because you will start to understand things about him, things of how powerful he is, how meek he is, how sweet he is, how sounding he is, how his presence. You would just feel him. And once I started to understand more of him, I said, I want to be like you. That's what I want to be. I want to be like you. So I geared my life to switch. And then there was one day I literally said, okay, I give up. I realized that I was wrestling with God. I would pray to God and I would ask him, oh, well, can you do this for me? But in the process of doing that, can you make it like this? Can you make it like this? And God's looking at me like, who do you think you are? No, I'm not gonna do that. So I said, you know what? Not my will, Lord, but let your will be done. I can't tell you or try to tell you what's best for me, because I don't even know what is gonna happen to me in the next 5 minutes. You know what's going to happen to me in the next 5 minutes and for the rest of my life. You know the connections I need. You know the partnerships I need. You know the friends that I need. You know what situation to put me in to grow me. You know what pain I need to develop this purpose that you have for me. You know all of this stuff. So how can I put a limit on a limitless God? Like, how can I do that? How can I tell you or ask you to do me something, but then I say, but no, but you got to do it like this? That's like me going to someone and asking them to do something for me for free, but I have so many different rules and regulations of how they should do it for me. It's like, are you paying me to do this? Like, it's like, are you gonna let me do this? If you're gonna do it, you can still continue being in that pit, and I wait until you're ready. And that's what it was like. So I completely said, you know what? I threw my hands up. That life was lifing. Life was lifing me. And I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm not fighting you anymore. You are too strong. I'm done. You do whatever it is that you want to do. I just pray for the grace, the peace, the strength, the mercy, the understanding, to be understood, the wisdom, the knowledge to get through it. Just supply me everything that I need to get through it and to accept it and learn to love it. So whenever I remember it was this one time I had a fallout with one of my friends. But you know, friends always have a, you know, you got that one friend where y'all could both disagree and y'all good, and then you got the other friend where it takes time, you know, because y'all both are the same and y'all both are fighting the same spiritual fight, and you're just real strong, two strong individuals. So we're just really two strong individuals, and being that we're two strong individuals, I had to take some time. And whenever I go through something with a friend, I don't take it easy. I'm a real sensitive person, but I realized in this journey that I'm not as sensitive as I thought I was. So that was a different thing about me that I learned to love about myself, is I am sensitive, but I'm not as sensitive as I thought I was. And going through that friendship, I took a break from a lot of everybody. I just said I need to spiritually just cleanse myself, because I felt like I was being there for so many people. I felt like I wasn't properly giving myself the attention that I needed to grow. I wasn't, you know, I wasn't giving me time, and I wasn't giving me and God our time. So I had to get back into going back into my closet, you know, praying to him, reading my Bible all over again, reading my devotional book all over again. So I just had to start doing everything all over again, get intimate with him all over again. And once I did that, when I say surrendering yourself and then putting God first and making him a priority before you wake up, before you do anything, when I say the possibilities that came into my mind, and me asking him to show me the whole time, and I'm like, no, show me me, and he was showing me the things he disliked about me first. He was showing me what he disliked about my attitude, what he disliked about my anger, what he disliked about my moods, what he disliked about my work ethics, what he disliked about me. And once I opened my eyes to realize he was showing me, I didn't even like me. I didn't like who the person I was. I was like, ugh. So I always like ignored, or always said, you need to show me something, because I was waiting for him to show me the things that I wanted to, like the good things he loved about me. But God was like, we gotta fix this first. I can't tell you the good things and then your whole heart ain't ready to receive the good things I'm about to tell you about you. You too arrogant, you too strong-minded, you too stubborn, you too this, you too prideful. So he had to shut me down, and it was hard to face my own reality of myself. It was hard to see how ugly spiritually I was as a person. Like, it was so hard for me to face it. It was so hard for me to see that, dang, I speak harshly sometimes, and I didn't know it. And I got that from my mama, okay? Because that woman, I mean, if you grown up in my household, you had to be talked tough. We didn't have time for that. But I had to realize not everyone is able to handle that kind of conversation. A lot of New Yorkers that I know can take it, but a lot of people in Georgia can't. They don't. Like, I'm not trying to say, like, y'all, so I'm not trying to say, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I'm just trying to say, like, I can talk a certain way because that's where I grew up from. Those that I grew up around are used to that type of tone. But I had to remember, I'm living in Georgia. They're not used to that type of tone. They're more sweeter and more nice. In New York, we just, you know what I'm saying? So I had to get used to that, and it was a big transition for me. It was a lot I did not like about myself, and I know if I disliked myself, I knew God disliked it. So it was hard for me to love myself, and I didn't know myself to love myself. I just love myself because you feel like that's the right thing to say. Yes, I love myself. But now I say, no, I love me. I love me some me. Like, don't play with me now. Don't play with me. I love me. Okay? I love me some me. And I'm just so thankful that I went through this spiritual journey. I'm so thankful that I went through this spiritual growth, and it helped in our marriage. This distance between us helped us so much more than you can imagine. Like, we're more patient with each other, we're more loving with each other, we're more kind, we're more gentle, we're more respectful with each other. There's an acceptance of agreeing to disagree. We got freakier. I mean, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, putting God first is the key to life. Oh, this is my juice right here. This is a papaya, okay? And one of my daughters, she got me this cup for Mother's Day. A mother like no other. I'm so thankful. Thank you, B. So yeah, so like, putting God first in everything that you do, you only get a chance to actually just reap the benefits. You just reap the benefits of who God is and what he's going to do for you in your life. You're just going to reap the benefits of it. And like I say, it's probably the best decision I've ever made. Is that the pencil I want to use? No, it's not. I didn't want to use. I'm looking like this is not the pencil I wanted to use. Hold up. I got powder all over it. But putting God first, the best decision I made, and actually putting him into work and speaking positively in your life. Like, when I first wake up, one of the things I do, even before I get out of bed, before I drink a sip of water, I thank you, Lord, for opening my eyes. It was not the alarm that woke me up, because I had to hear the alarm in order to wake up. It was you who woke me up. Thank you for a beautiful day. Thank you for a beautiful spiritual day. Thank you for being spiritually inclined and aligned with you. It increased the you in me and allow for me to walk into rooms that only you can provide for me. Say that every morning. My days got better. My energy was better. I started to feed myself better. I started to take my vitamins because I loved me. I loved the way that I felt when I was taking care of myself. It was beautiful. It was just me and the Lord. And just, oh wait guys, I don't know if I could talk with doing my eyebrows. We're gonna have to probably speed this video up, because I need full concentration when I'm doing my brows. But I'm gonna try to talk in between. I'm gonna try now. But it was just beautiful moments with the Lord, and I couldn't be more thankful. So once me and the Lord was on this page, we were in the same book, same page. Girl, I don't know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Let me do these eyebrows real quick. I'll be right back. Let me do these brows, because in the meantime, I'll probably put like a video up of me doing something that I did around the house while I'm doing my brows. Okay, so give me a second. Me don't play with my brows. So that was like my spiritual journey. I wanted to just enlighten you guys about that and talk to you guys about that. So with me putting God first, I was able to launch my business. So I did launch my business. It is called Lecoeurco, and which are the products that I have been using thus far. I am getting more stuff, but this is some of the products right here. So this is my eyeshadow. This is the Gwendolyn E eyeshadow palette. This one, you could go neutral with this one, and you could go bold with this one. So I will do a video on this next time. I'm not going to do it this time, but I will do a video on this next makeup one. I will show you guys what we got going on with that. But not only, let me just show you how good God is. Let me just talk to you real quick before I take off my setting powder. Let me just show you how good God is, okay? Because not only is he good, not only was he providing for me, because there was probably like, now it may be like 5 or 6 months ago, however long ago, I'll put it in here somewhere. I did this video with you guys, and I was on a Zoom call, and I was getting ready, and we was doing everything, and I was telling you guys like how good God is and all of that great old stuff. And that's when, like last year in, I think it really, all right. I just want to say what I don't want to say this year. I'm trying to build up, so forgive me. So everything really started last year in the summertime. I got a phone call for a great opportunity. They asked, hey, I know some people that work in this particular field that do this particular things that can possibly get your products in this particular store. Do you want to go on a phone call or Zoom with them? What kind of question is that? Everyone knows this store. Yes, I would love to go. Yes, let's set it up. So we ended up setting up the phone call probably like a week or two later, and we all was in love with each other on this phone, this Zoom call. It was like a match like this. It was so beautiful. I ended up telling my story on how Lecoeurco came about, and I will let you know. I will put that story on the Lecoeurco YouTube channel. I may put it on here too. I don't know. I love you guys, so I may do it with you guys too. But that's a deeper, I'm not in the mood of crying right now because I'm doing my makeup, so I'm not going to even cry right now. So I don't want to talk about that story just yet. But I told them the story, they loved it, and they loved everything about it. So they say, you know what, we want to get you into the cosmetic department, the lead cosmetic department person. We want to get you to start talking to this person. So I sent out a bunch of sample products. Meanwhile, I ain't had the money to do this, y'all. Like when I say I did not have the money, I was trying to figure out how I'm paying my bills, okay? After me filling out job after job after job, passing the assessment test with at least 100, like not getting the job, not even being considered. I had someone who was the hiring manager not even get me in the job. When I say God is so good, how he showed up and showed out in my life, it's so I remember going through the whole process of learning the business itself. Lord, learning business. Now, one thing with James, he's the one who handles certain aspect of the business for me. I do this part, he does this part, and there are things that I'm great at, and I help him out in his businesses as well. So we help each other out in our businesses, and I had to learn to be him and me all at the same time in a situation where I couldn't pass up on this opportunity. So I remember years ago, I did have a cosmetic company before it came out in 2019, and it was called 625 Cosmetics, and it's cosmetics with a K. And then it transitioned from 625 to cosmetics to 625. I was going through a creative roadblock. I couldn't figure anything out. I couldn't go anymore. I just fell out of love. I fell out of love with the business itself. I didn't even want to do makeup anymore. Like, I had no goal to continue. I had no drive. I didn't want to do it no more. I gave myself time. I gave myself a break. So much so to the point where I forgot I had the makeup. Well, I mean, I didn't forget. I knew it, but I didn't, I didn't want to pursue it. So last year in June, I did a commercial for Lecoeurco, but I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready to start all over. I was not mentally ready. I was not spiritually ready. I wasn't financially ready either to start a whole makeup project all over again, because I know the work that comes in with it, and it is exhausting. It is exhausting. So I just like, I ain't doing it. Imagine me telling God that I ain't doing this. I'm done. I'm finding something else to do. I'm gonna do something else. Like, that's how opinionated and strong I was. Like, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. So I didn't do it anymore. So I had that red thing on there. I'm sorry, guys. Let me do that again. So I didn't want to do it anymore. So I stopped. But when this opportunity came, there was no way I was passing that up. There was no way I was saying, well, I ain't doing it because I don't care who it is. I had to put my big girl drawers on and fight the feeling of what I was feeling and get to work. So I had to come up with different Excel sheets and P&Ls. I had to come up with so much, and I was like, what is this? This is stuff that James doing. So me and him, as many times we're on the phone, we talking, we had late nights, emails like crazy. It's so many times I was like so mentally drained from working to the point where our conversations on the phone began to just be about business. And I was telling him, I said, I don't need for you to be my business partner. I need for you to be my husband right now. I need your support. I need you here. You gotta come home. Like you, oh, I didn't put on my primer. Oh, it's okay. I'm not starting over. Like, it's okay. But thank God I'm not going out to like a big, huge function. Ooh, that would sucked. And I would have been overthinking the whole time. But what am I doing next? What am I doing next? Lashes. Do I really want to do lashes today? I'm gonna do lashes because it's y'all. So here we go. I'm all over the place, Lord Jesus. So I was like, I'm not about to pass up this opportunity. That's not about to happen. So I said, whatever. I put my big girl drawers on and I started to do the work. And I would say I was not like fully, I wasn't like, you would think that you're not ready, but you're more ready than what you think that you are. I didn't think that I was ready to do everything, because when it's time to go, when it's go mode, when the opportunity is there, you can't pass it up and say, well, because I'm tired. No, I had to fight everything. I had to fight paying these bills. I had to fight trying to find a job. I had to fight the fact that I miss my husband. I had to fight the fact that I'm feeling sad. I had to fight the fact that I didn't want to do it because I knew the work that had to go into it. I had to fight the fact that it wasn't easy. I had to fight the fact that I'm still being, you know, a track mom. And I got, wait, did I have Josh in track then? No, I didn't have him in track yet. But I was a band mom, and had to fight the fact that I had to do schoolwork with him and trying to figure out everything. When I say my mental was shot, bro, it was done. Like, I was like, I can't go no more. I can't. Then you got my mom in my ear, you're so strong, you're so, I'm like, you don't know the stress, the tears that I'm crying at night. How? So she's like, oh, my hair is white over here. Y'all ain't tell me that. Whatever, I don't care, I'm still wearing it. But it was just the tears, the stress, everything that came with it. And I was like, I'm not ready. I don't want to do this. But I fought it. I did it. And I'm so thankful that I did. So to move a little bit forward, so then came the opportunity where we were on go mode. So the phone call, the connect was to have my products on Walmart.com. Me on Walmart.com. I could not stop being thankful. I held that secret in for a very long time. Like a very long time. And having to learn Walmart system, bro. I said, I ain't no tech. I don't know how to do this stuff. So I had to learn how to create these sheets and templates that they had. I had to fill like the chemical sheet, and I had like, things was just not working. And then when it was time for me to launch, when I say all of a sudden my Instagram wasn't working, then all of a sudden my camera wasn't working, things was just not working out for me. I was like, what in the world is going on? I said, the enemy must be mad. I said, this must be a good adventure for me, because what's up? But I didn't quit. You know, so right now my products are on Walmart.com. I will leave some of the links in the description below, whatever products that I'm using. What I have on there is I have lipstick. Oh, these lashes are huge. I really wanted natural. Hold on, wait a minute. Oh, I'm so not used to wearing lashes like this. When I have eyeshadow on, it's different. I don't have no eyeshadow on. But whatever I have right now is lip liners, eyeshadow. The eyeshadow actually sold out. And I have lipstick and lip glosses on there. So whatever lipstick, lip gloss, whatever I have on Walmart that's on there that I'll use today, I will put all the links below so that you can easily just access them. So support your sister, okay? Why don't you show me some love? So that's one of the new things that has been going on with me is my business has been launched. We are on Walmart. It is super exciting, guys. When I say it was a secret to hold in for so long. For be a surprise that things work out. You don't tell everything to everybody, things actually work out. So I'm really excited about it. It was not easy along the way. It was very, very challenging and very hard, but by the grace of God, it was done. So I'm really thankful for that. So we do have a new addition to our family, and she is the sweetest little girl ever. Oh my goodness. Let me see if she's gonna come. Paris! Baby takes. Hey girl. I don't know if y'all can hear her already. Hey baby. And she is a full blown out. Come here. She's a full blown out mama's girl. Look at her, guys. You doing? I was getting no doggy. Look at her. Say hi. You can't look at my face, mama, because I got makeup on. Please don't look at my face. You can look at my hands. I ain't got nothing on there. Say hi. Look at the camera. I gotta clean your eyes. Look, girl. I love you. You do mommy baby. You mommy baby. What's in your eye? What's up? You okay? You feeling better? You feeling better? They had to shave all of her hair off because I got her from my best friend, and my best friend's brother, I believe it was I think he wanted to give her back because his life got really busy where he couldn't watch her. Like, it was something that he couldn't do because of work. And she knew I was fiending for a puppy because I started to look at adoption. I started to do everything because I was like, I have to give my love to somebody, okay? My husband ain't here. Josh is feeling himself. I have to give my love to somebody. So she was like, oh, I know someone who wants a puppy. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. So she called me and she said, Dom, do you want a puppy? Are you still looking for one? I was like, oh, yeah. So she said, well, we have one here and her name is Paris. She said, but she said she's a miniature poodle. I was like, yes, that's what I wanted. Oh my goodness. I'm like, yes, that's what I wanted. So she said, all right, cool. But I'm gonna let you know one thing about Paris. She is, she's a little disabled. I was like, what you mean disabled? Like, what's going on? So she said she has a hop. Something happened to her when she was younger, and it just messed her up. So she hops. She has her back right leg goes up when she runs. When she walks, she fine. But when she run, that leg go up, she be gone. But the girl can outrun you. She can outrun you. And when she said that, I was like, and there's nothing wrong with her. I said she's still capable of, you know, she's still, yeah, she could outrun you. She could go up these stairs real fast. So she FaceTimed me and I seen her. I said, yeah, I want her. I said, I want her. And what I loved the most about Paris was something about me that I seen in her was how it doesn't matter what comes my way. I'm still going to fight, and I'm still going to outweigh the chaos or the circumstances that I'm in. She didn't allow for her leg to be an issue. She can outrun you. She could outrun other dogs and you wouldn't think that she had an issue. And because I seen how she just didn't give up or was sorry for herself, and I don't know if dogs can do that. You know, I'm new to this fur mom stuff, but, well, fur puppy mom. I was more of a cat mom, okay? But James is allergic to cats. But he's great with Paris because she's a hyperallergenic dog. Come on. Come on, mama. Ugh. And she's a mommy's girl all day. She's a mommy's girl. Yes, she is. She's such a mommy girl. She just let to do this for me. And she licks the back of my neck. I don't know why. I guess I'm tasty. But I was like, yes, I love that because she's a fighter. And I said, that's me. So I'm trying to get my makeup on you, honey. Like, okay, baby, okay. That good baby. That mommy baby. Yeah, okay. No looking. I got makeup on. Just stay right here. Just stay right there. Stay right there. So she would sit right here in this chair, right behind me. She would make her. Oh, there's room on the floor. It would be right here, but okay. All this room on the floor. Just room on the carpet. But okay, whatever. So she just fought the good fight and did not allow for life to life her. So that's when I got her, and I just fell in love with her. Like, we all just fell in love with her, and she was so fluffy, so fluffy. But when I got her all her shots, and when I took her to the vet, she had to get shaved off because she was matted, like badly matted, because her puppy hair was being matted within her adult or big puppy or dog hair. But I don't know, y'all know this, I'm new to this. Tell me what it is at the bottom, what the proper terminology. But that hair was being matted together, and me and the groomer said, let's start from scratch, and we just shaved her completely off. So, and she was so small, she was underweight, so we finally getting her back to her weight. But it's getting there, because a lot of it, when she did get measured, it was when she was in a new environment. So, you know, dogs don't really like to eat in a new environment like that. So I had to, you know, it was just a lot of working with her, training her. I'm still in the process of training. She only knows sit. I don't know anything else. But previously she did get sick. Okay, she got really sick really badly. I don't know what was going on with her. She had gotten diarrhea. Sorry if you're eating, I'm sorry. And she was vomiting at the same time, because I think I know what it was. It was because I had gotten her, I mixed her food, and you're not supposed to mix their food too sudden of each other, you know, and I didn't mix her old food with the new food, and I just gave her new food, then I was giving her nutrients. I was just giving different things to see what she liked, but I didn't know that you have to take your time with the dogs. Noted. Noted. So I got my baby sick. So yeah. So that's our new addition to the family, and I love her. She's so spoiled, you guys. She go everywhere with me. She go to Walmart. She goes to Home Depot with me. I'll get her like a cute little blanket, and she go sit right in the shopping cart. She does not play about me, okay? She does not. She'll follow me everywhere I go. What else is going on? I would say Josh is in track. I know you probably heard me say it a little bit by now, but he is in track, and it started, I think it started this year in January. We got him in there, and my baby fast, okay? Don't play with him. My baby fast, especially when he put his all into it, when he give it his all. You can't stop him. He get that speed from me, baby. I say, I'm passing the torch to you. You are about to be my track star, because I was doing track when I was younger, and I quit on myself at a very young age because I was a lazy person. But one thing I told Josh, I won't allow for you to be like how I was when I just gave up on myself because something was hard. I said, don't think I'm gonna let you do that, because no, that's not happening. That's not happening. I learned my lesson, and you about to learn yours too. So yeah, so he's in track, and I love it. He's learning to really enjoy it now. I don't know how much he is actually enjoying it, you know, but I know that he said he enjoys it. But he's about to be a teenager. He's about to be a 13, guys. If you have any advice on how to work with a teenager, please let me know, because it's the mood swings for me. You're a boy, you're not supposed to be doing this. That's what I thought. I'm like, you're a boy, you're not supposed to be having these type of energy like this. You're supposed to be a little bit nicer to your mom. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so I don't like this stage. I miss when he was a baby, but I do want another one. Someone asked me, do you want another baby? I do. It'll be something that we would definitely work on, you know, trying to go for it. James finally wants another one now. Before he was like, no, I got 3 adult daughters, I don't want another one. And I'm like, yeah, but I only have one boy, and he's a little boy. So now he's on the verge of saying he wants another baby. And now I'm like, well, I don't know, because I worked really hard for this body. Now I don't know. So now my mom and dad telling me that I have to have another one because he wants one. So what about what I wanted? Nobody, you know, whatever. We're almost done. I just got to do some lipstick next. Now, if you know me, I am a matte girl, okay? But girls, I think I just ventured. I think I just ventured over to lip gloss. Like, why haven't y'all put me on to lip gloss? Like, where was I this whole time? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. When it actually started when I had to do a video, like a makeup video on my IG. And ever since then, guys, I have fell in love with this combo. And this one is by Lecoeurco as well. My camera just shut off, so I hope you was getting all of that. But I'm gonna show it again when I put them on. So this one is by Lecoeurco, and this one is called Insane, the lip liner. Let me zoom you in some. Ooh, I'm in. I just want to line these lips up a little bit. Brush to mush it in, but I like to use my lips. I want to go in with Starlight so you really get like a truer color of it. This is Starlight, and I want to put it in the center here. And this one is the matte lipstick right here. See, I could be fine just like this. Like, I was such a huge matte lipstick girl. I just want to put a little bit more. I didn't need that. See, now I'm going to put more lip liner on it because I shouldn't have done that one. Okay, and then next we're gonna go in with, this is Naive, and this is the lip gloss. So I don't put too much of this one on there, and I like to pat it on because I don't want to rub. I don't want to mix anything. I guess I do it like how I do my foundation and my powders and stuff. I'm just so used to patting, that's all I know what to do. So I put a little bit of that on, because it gives it more of a softer pink look. And my main focus is to focus this just onto the pink. I'm not here to lighten up the whole lip. That's not what I'm trying to do. Then after that, I'm going in with Lecoeurco. With Undressed, and this is just clear gloss. But this gloss, hunty, is glossy. And I say glossy, I mean, it is just glossy. Oh, look, I just love it. And then I pat that on as well. And immediately you feel that gloss. Immediately. I do the same thing. I like to pat it on. Probably like a little bit of highlighter right here. And you know, I was never really a fan of highlighter, but I'll make some changes sometime in my life, right? Oh, I wanted to talk to you guys really quickly before we finish. I wanted to talk to you guys about this book. And I think I mentioned this book to you guys before. I don't remember. Along in my spiritual journey, this book has been like the book that had helped me get through everything that I was going through, along with reading the Bible and along with taking my time out with God and praying and putting him first. There has been this one particular book that had helped me to, it was like a little moment for me and God to have our moment where we can talk deeper and get a deeper understanding. It's like therapy without the therapist. And I love this book. I read the book twice, but now when I read the book, I just pick random chapters to read. And it's like short little passages because it's a devotional journal. So I love this book, and this book is called 100 Days of Believing Bigger. This book has helped me out to get a different connection and a different understanding of my purpose. And I remember before trying to figure out my purpose, and I used to ask God, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? What's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? What is the purpose? What is the purpose of you creating me? And I always thought the purpose was in an achievement or an accomplishment or in something else. But I discovered that the purpose, and it was told to me over time, you know, when you hear something, it's like, oh, that's what that is. Okay. And then you ask God, well, what's my purpose? And it's like, duh, he just told you. And then I heard it again, and I'm like, oh, that's right, someone else did say that before, but dang, what's mine? So I was not aligned to receiving the answer that God was giving me. And I realized that my purpose, my divine purpose, is to bring others to Christ. That is your purpose. That's just the underlining reason you're here. But God allows us to have gifts and talents to be able to have a familiar understanding with another person, and we can reach them in that community. So say if you're all about makeup and you're all into makeup, I can speak to you about makeup, and I can speak to you from my past experiences, what I've been through, and we have a connection, which is the makeup. We'll bridge that connection for us, that we can talk spiritually at the same time. Or if someone who's all about construction, you can speak to other construction people because you already have something that's in common. Now figure out more what's in common. God's still going to give us gifts and talents. So God allows that gift to bring us a connection, or I won't say gifts or interests or desires, to connect with each other. So that way we can connect with each other and can put him in the middle of that and allow for him to blossom in our lives. So once I realized that was my purpose, I said, you were telling me. I was just too stubborn to listen to you. So once I discovered that purpose about myself, I was able to appreciate the pain in discovering my purpose. I was able to appreciate the pain. I'm not saying that I love it now, but I learned, and I'm learning to fall in love with it, because it's a bridge, it is a gap, it is it's a way to connect with someone else. To say, like, if someone can sit there and say, I was homeless, I could sit there and say, so was I. I was homeless too, because I was homeless before. So I can have a different understanding with you when someone who was homeless opposed to someone who wasn't. Not saying that they won't have that same sympathetic energy, but I can understand it because I was in it. So that allows for us to already have a connection. We already have something that's in common. Now, what else do you have in common? That's when I talk about God, and that's when that person talk about God, and that's what God wants, is for us to always just come together and to talk about him and to bring others to him. So that's what I feel like my purpose is. I don't know what your purpose is, but I really feel like that's the purpose that God has planted in everybody. But we are to reach souls and bring others to him in different ways. And that's what makes God so creative and so beautiful, is how he could do something so majestic in such a beautiful way and give everyone a different story, but it still have a common ground in some sort of way. It's so amazing how he does that. So how do you do that? How powerful are you? So this book right here has definitely been such a huge help for me. And I want to just thank, her name is Mashawn Evan Daniels. Yes, her name is Mashawn Evan Daniels. And let's see if you can see it. This is her. Is she even, okay. This is her, and she has been like such a huge impact. And you can tell by reading this book, this woman know her stuff. Like, you can tell this woman been through something, because of, it's just so relatable. And what I do now, because before I read this book frontwards, backwards, inside out, I had lightning in here, I had writings in here. Some days I didn't write because I was more so crying and talking with God, and some days I had the energy to write. And what I love is, you know, one day, like I said, I'll be in here writing, and the next day I ain't writing. You know what I'm saying? But what I love is how she would have the scripture here, the title of it, and then it would go, what is this one? this is disruption. So she helps you figure out like the disruptions in your life, and then she give you a chapter. She gave you a verse, a Bible verse, and then she'll break down the Bible verse in her own ways of learning and her own experience, and then she'll ask you like a question, and then after that there's a quick prayer at the bottom. So this book right here, like, it helped out with betrayal in here. It helped out with learning how to focus, the power of words, isolation, indecision, blessing blockers, what's another, stillness. And that was another thing. I was in the book chapter of stillness when I needed to rest. Look at God. And there's blessing in obedience, significance, trust, purpose, identity. So it's a lot of different things in here, and this is 100 days. So I read this book twice. And now what I do is I will flip a page, and whatever my fingers get stuck into, that's the one. Facts. See, facts. It's telling the truth. That's facts. And whatever one my hand gets stuck on, that's the one that I read. And it's sometimes, I'm gonna tell you now, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, it's magic. No, it's the living word. The word is a living word. Listen, I could be talking about God all day. I know because I had to finish this video probably like 10 minutes ago, but before we finish, I just want to say this. Before I go, I want to say this. I could read a scripture probably like 10 times. And each time I would have a different understanding. But that didn't happen until I prayed to God to allow for me to have the understanding of what He wants for me to have while I'm reading this scripture, regardless of how many times I read it before. And every time I say that prayer before I read, I always have a different understanding, and it's beautiful. It's so amazing how God could just do things like that for you in your life. It's amazing. So before you read your Bible, before you get into like your spiritual place, moment, mental capacity, pray to God to open you up, to open your mind, your eyes, your ears, your senses, your taste, your heart, the blood, everything. Just open yourself up to receive the word, the message that He is going to provide for you, because it's going to blow your mind. I pray that it does. It blows minds every single time, and I am always so forever grateful for God for blessing me the way that He does. And I am back, guys. I am back. I'm back. There's so much to want to talk to you guys now, with so much information and so much experience that I have received over the last few months. It's just so much I want to talk to you guys about. You know, like I said, we got a new home, so I have lots of projects to do in this house, lots of projects to do in here that I want to do. So there's so many different things that I am introducing myself to do, and I just want to explore these things with you guys. So I pray that this video was really interesting for you guys. I pray that it was fun. I pray that it was relatable to someone. You know, I pray that, you know, even if it was one person, that's more than enough for me. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for just coming to my channel, still supporting your girl, watching the videos. And I pray that, you know, what was your spiritual journey like? What was your spiritual growth? What was one of the main things that you learned at your spiritual growth? And I learned myself, and I learned God, and I learned patience, and I learned peace, and I learned love, and I learned to be acceptable of my present, and be patient and embrace my present moment. So guys, I'm about to quit this out right now because I have so much stuff to do today, and I will get back with my vlogs. I will do some videos with Paris. I'll do some videos with Josh. We'll have a lot of things to do, like behind the scenes of me working. There's just a lot of different things that I want to talk to you guys about, and next time we come, I will definitely try to make sure that we are using the Lecoeurco eyeshadow palette, so you can see how some of those eyeshadows are. And if you ever want to just go follow me on social media, I have my personal social media, which is Seriniti Within _Seriniti Within, and it will be at the bottom of the screen. And if you wanted to follow my business page, it is at Lecoeurco. Well, or you go to LecoeurCosmetics.com, and if you click into the link on Lecoeurco on my Instagram, it will send you directly to the links that are on Walmart online. Please don't forget to support your girl. I love you guys. I pray for the best day for today. I pray for you to be present in your present moment. It is our gift from God. So let's receive our gift and rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Thank you for allowing me to entertain you as well as educate you guys. Guys, see you in my next video. baby thing. All right, let me stop. She's like, just put